Hi, this is a presentation on protest art related to climate change. I'll be focusing on an artist named Zaria Forman, a painter from Brooklyn. And we're going to start off with a small biography. Zaria's mother, Bass Forman, was an artist as well. She focused on landscape photography, and one of her works is shown in this slide. It presents the haunting beauty of remote locations as seen with her dark use of dark brown film. As a child, Zaria tagged along in some of her mother's expositions. She was exposed to remote locations around the world and was drawn to nature from an early age. Zaria tells that she was inspired by her mother's work, so at the time of Bass Forman's passing in 1906, Zaria retraced her mother's journey to Greenland with a plan to paint a series of landscapes in her honor. While she was there, she talked with locals who expressed concern about climate change. They were witnessing their beloved icebergs and structures melt a little more year by year. Zaria was moved, and at the age 34 she dedicated her life to creating pieces created to evoke action from people to help save the planet. And for this reason, there's a clear difference between Zaria's work and her mother's. In the mid-20th century, climate change wasn't on anyone's mind. The world had just leapt out of a world war, and most people felt threatened by anything beyond their borders. Bass's art attempts to quell that fear by showing people the beauty of remote regions. She achieves this through high-contrast photos and a sandy texture. Zaria, on the other hand, inherited a connected world. It was no longer her job to expose nature's hidden beauties, but to fight to preserve them. Despite Bass and Zaria capturing the same ice forms, Zaria's technical choices in her work generate a starkly different message. Zaria chooses the medium of hyperreal painting. The level of detail that's generated overwhelms the viewer. This is amplified by the size of the canvas that can reach 7 feet in length. Her artwork is beautiful, but not in a haunting or distant way. There's a vulnerability and a loneliness to the ice. This is most clearly seen in the image of the floating iceberg. It reminds me of pictures of hungry kittens where the subject is almost begging to be noticed. One of Zaria's more recent works is a little bit different. It involves a collaboration with a team from NASA. The team was tasked with surveying receding glaciers in Antarctica. Zaria joined them to take pictures for a unique perspective. The pictures shown here are from this exhibition. They're taken from an airplane, a variety of different aircraft. The lonely islands of ice are replaced with stunning shots from above and how the ice meets the water. The art makes a larger statement in this case, as her art becomes part of the evidence of the vast effects of climate change. For this reason, there's the intimate feeling of her paintings gives way to something grander and more impactful. Zaria says in an interview that her work is meant to invoke a feeling, any kind of feeling. She just wants to get people motivated. On her website, she provides links to websites of green movements. They provide lists and suggestions on how people can limit their carbon footprint. Her work is also consistently featured on everything from art articles to National Geographic. This allows her to touch a much larger audience than just the fine art community. Her goal isn't to change specific legislation or to advocate for a candidate that values green energy. Rather, she wants to raise awareness from the bottom up. She wants to start by changing the minds and habits of everyday people so that they take better care of their world.